Hey guys, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and I thought we would do a video. Oops. I thought we would do a video and I could show you the thrift haul that I got just recently. And I got a gift card for my birthday at the beginning of June. I feel like I'm really far away. I should maybe lower the tripod. So I got a gift certificate in June for $20 for my birthday from my daughter Lily. And I've finally taken it to the thrift store and I wanted to show you guys what I got. Because I don't have steady income anymore, it's just I'm doing the whole starving artist thing, which I'm enjoying. But anyway, I got a $20 gift card and I thought, what a better opportunity to go ahead and limit myself to only $20 in the thrift store and see what I can come up with. So real quick, since we're not doing a chapter reading video, because in the chapter reading videos I try to treat it as though it's like an audiobook for people who might not be a part of the channel, just to go ahead and listen. So since I'm here and I'm chatting, let's say hello to everybody, because the next video we come back and do will be chapter reading. So we'll say hello now. Tangerine, it's so nice to see you. Debbie, Justin, hello. Sherry Bug D, hi. Bone Whisperer, Hex is here, welcome. Nice to see you in the chat. By Ember's Light, Debbie, Raven Song, Madam Butterfly, Erica Lady Smiley, Emily Anderson, Spirit Moon. So many people are here. Thank you guys all for being here. And if you're ready, we will start the thrift. There's a lot of things, like my whole life, people have said, Jen, I wish I could thrift the way that you do. So, you guys know I've tried to do those like thrifting auctions and things in the past. They didn't work out because people that were participating in the auctions weren't considering things. And that's okay. But basically, like shipping, for instance. But basically, I'm trying to make my art and support my art with selling things on Etsy. So, in the description below, I put my Etsy where I sell things like, I just sold this one-of-a-kind handmade pinup circle deck that I put in this vintage powder poof. And inside are the cards. And this is a 40-card deck. Mary Wing, who bought this, also just joined my Patreon. So thank you, Mary Wing, for joining at the Mallard level of supporting at $40 a month. I'm so grateful. And Mary Wing's going to get things like weekly readings on Skype. And so joining my Patreon, you actually get amazing benefits as well. And there's a package that's taxidermy themed. How fun. But these cards, some of them are nudes. I can't show you the nudes. But there's just loads of pinup cards. They all have numbers. I do a handwritten deck that goes along with them. And so yesterday when I was thrifting, I was certainly looking for more powder tin type of things, right? So I'm out there looking for more circle tins and powder tins for my oracle decks, which you can get on my Etsy below. If there's something you want from my Etsy that you don't see, just ask, because it's just me not having the time to list it. So creating one-of-a-kind decks for folks, that's been really fun. Well, one of the things I wanted to look for yesterday were more tins and things like that that I could put my handmade decks in. Back here, I've got Betty Page and Tempest Storm, which is one of my favorite groups of ladies together. They did a group of videos back in the day, and, you know, I just absolutely love the ones that are in color. So I kind of put that on in the background just for us to kind of see as a pinup theme. Always been into pinup stuff. So the tins that I got, and at Goodwill, tins are 69 cents unless they're otherwise marked. Okay, so which one? I'm trying to show you the least cool first, and I don't know which one is the least cool. So I'm just going to show you first. I got this one. It's S. Parkinson's and Son, Doncaster Ltd. It's made in England. I don't know what was in here, maybe biscuits. But it's this tin, and it's circle. It's not terribly tall, which is awesome, because honestly, my oracle decks aren't like super thick. So this would be a nice like 30-40 card oracle deck. It's beautiful red, and it has that markings that I read to you on the back, made in England, etc. And then on the front, is what reminds me of me as a child. It's this little girl, and she's just out in the barn with a duck and 2 chickens. And that little girl actually, when we get me over to Peggy's and we look at some old photo albums and stuff, I want to show them to you guys, some pictures of me when I was little. It's not very far off, you know, even the dress, like how she's dressed and that. So I probably won't paint this, won't do anything to it, just leave it as is for the deck that'll go inside. And sometimes there is a little bit of like, this isn't rust, this is just scratch. It's just scratched there, as you can see. But you know, just look out for those things. Make sure they don't smell funny or off, or sometimes they'll smell like marijuana because people kept that in there. And if that throws you off and you don't want that smell to be on your oracle cards, you know, and same with when you're thrifting glass bottles and things like that. Hey, Logan, welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. And hello, Michelle, Noel Creations. So nice to see you too. So this tin, I probably won't do anything to the outside. I like it just the way it is to make a handmade oracle deck, don't you guys? And I might put an animal oracle deck in there. But I'm really into the circle decks. Everybody's all about the circle decks. For those of you who aren't attached to my Skype, here's a good reason to attach to my Skype. I send all these different kind of videos all the time. Right, Justin? Didn't I send you guys the Betty Page and Tempest Storm video the other day? I send, like, you know, videos from YouTube that I think are inspiring or that I don't necessarily get to talk about on my channel. So most of you are attached with me in Skype. Hey, Sharon, it's so good to see you. It's been a while. I know Sharon's kind of been taking a break from YouTube, and not YouTube, but like, technology. There's been a lot of people that are on Wi-Fi breaks lately. Yes, my Skype is fun. I'm always sending you guys fun stuff. So here's the next tin that I got. And it can either be for a circle deck, or I could cut a very original shape. And I don't know what the shape would be, but squares with the edges cut off. And I love this. It's written in German. All the writing's in German. Down there it says, Ziwes Kindern. So I think Kindern is children. So this would be the Zues children. And I think Kindern is children. And then it's got some words I don't know, pictures around it. They just look really good. Like, nothing about this isn't awesome. Some like crests or shields, whatever you want to call them. Some pictures of the family, I do believe. So if anybody knows what this is, let me know. This one says Babelars. Maybe that's Granddad. I don't know. I gotta look up my German. But on the bottom, oh, it says ingredients. Sukier, which is sugar, I believe. Zout, which might be salt. Roombutter, Stroop, and glucose. So it must have been some sort of biscuit, like a biscuit tin. And maybe this is the family that makes the biscuits. But you know what? I'm super stoked because I'm going to get a really interesting shaped oracle deck in there. And it's going to have the tin lids attached, which I think is fun and interesting and cool. And the inside is clean. It's just worn from age with that kind of darkening in the corners. It smells like metal. Maybe like a little sugar as well. But I love this tin. These are some of my favorite colors. These are also Evil Eye colors, right? Like, look at this Evil Eye chicken's foot, which is available on my Etsy shop below in the description, with way more chicken's feet. But I paint the Evil Eye on them. Doesn't the colors look just like that, you guys? Isn't that fun? Right? So, this is a real chicken's foot I dehydrate. Hang it in your rear view mirror of your car to, you know, repel the evil eye there. Anyway, I'm really excited to get oracle decks to fit in there. And as you can see, it's already kind of inspired with the circle shape. So, I don't know. I think I'm really just going to go for it and make the deck this shape. The next box I got, and these are all for 69 cents, these little tins. They're both old. They're both vintage. You know, you can just tell, did this come out yesterday or in the last 40 years? Probably not. What's the neat meaning behind chicken's feet? Kitty, good question. There's a lot you can do with chicken's feet. They're really good for cleansing. Like if you were to have one that was painted or not painted, but I usually use ones that aren't painted. Let me grab one. And, you know, before I do my tarot readings, before I do my workings, you can cleanse yourself with a chicken's foot. I thought I had a raw one back there, but I just have another painted one. So, you would take the chicken's foot and just start at the head and come all the way down your body, sweeping outward, like out and away, as if you were to be kind of cleansing your aura with this chicken's foot. And you do that down your whole body, going down and then out, down and then out, down and then out. I make sticks with chicken's feet so that you can get your back, because you know, like, you can't really get that. They're also just really good for like cleansing, protective, things like that. People use them for a lot of different things. It will come up different, you know, in folk magic, different in hoodoo, but generally for me I use them for cleansing. And for, they are also really great as a negativity ward. So evil eye, it just kind of goes hand in hand, protection and cleansing. Thank you for that question. I appreciate it. Hey, so Lolita is here. How are you? What did you want me to call you? I forget. Tell me what you wanted me to call you. The last thing I got was this very cool, very vintage Bisquick recipe box that's metal. And it is in flippin' fantastic shape. So I'm going to put one of my oracle decks. Let me go see if my pinup oracle deck will fit in here that I already made. I don't think it, no, it's too big, but let's just see. So here's the good news though, when you build your own deck, and you have the supplies and you do it all the time and you don't just do one, but you do, I don't know, I've done 25 or so far, and I plan to make this something that I do. You can make them any size that you want. And when you collect different tarot decks, and I only have like 12 or 14, I don't have like, you know, Simon and other people have, you know, hundreds of decks. Because that's their thing, you know, and I get that. But I just have 12. Well, you just kind of use any of those shapes of cards as just a pattern. And then, or you can just cut your own pattern, right? So if we know the box is this shape, and the recipe card is this shape, maybe you just use this as your template. You don't want it to be as big as the box because then the box won't open and shut all the way. So in here we just can use a recipe card as a template, right? We can build a pinup deck on that. But now let me show you compared to the ones I've already made. These are all made, they're all done. They're just not up on my Etsy, so if you're interested, let me know. This is a 30 card deck. It's on some pearly blue paper with some black skulls marked on it. And it's got lots of pictures. I don't believe there are any nudes in here, but there are a good mix of color and magazines, and it's a big deck. You know, here's my hand. This is quite a big deck. And it's not going to fit inside of this recipe box, right? So we'll just cut one to fit inside. I just made this Betty Page deck and finished it up last week. And it's a little too small to go in there. So I'll just use, obviously, a little too small to go in there. So for these ones, I just kind of make their own boxes, or I just, you know, figure it out in something else, like a tin or whatever. But I don't know, they all have their own books written for them. They're one of a kind. They're great. We'll use the recipe card as a template for this box, though, and I'm really excited about this. You know what I'm going to do for the theme for this one? I bet nobody can guess what I'm going to do for the theme for this one. That's right, vintage foods. And when I was in Texas, found so many awesome 50s and 60s cookbooks where when you're seeing the pictures of it, it just looks so cheesy, and it's like bologna cake. And these cards, this deck will be like bologna cakes and loads and loads of gelatins. And do you know what I'm saying? Should I go get the book to show you guys the pictures that I've cut out? And then the deck's pretty much already ready. It just needs to go on cards. It's great. So vintage food, absolutely, that'll be this deck, and it's a really cool metal bisquick deck. Fantastic. So 69 cents. I'm surprised that they didn't want to charge more for this one. Because I actually did find a powder puff tin, but it was $4.99, and it wasn't exactly like this. It was just a Japanese lacquer dish, so it was like a Japanese powder puff tin. I could have done a tattoo deck in that. That would actually been cool. But it was $4.99. I was trying to stay within my $20 budget because I didn't have cash. I had a gift certificate. I just want to keep the pinups on in the background, but I'm not allowed to play that, obviously. So that's what I'm doing there, if you're wondering. Where's Mary? Where's Mary? Mary Wing is here! I've been talking about Mary Wing this whole time, and now she has to leave. So Mary Wing, thank you so much for joining at the Mallard level of Patreon. I'm so grateful. Everyone here is grateful because it's toward the channel. And Mary Wing, I'm so excited that you got this deck. She says, gotta go to work. Bye, guys. Oh, so glad that you joined us, and I'm so glad that this deck is yours. So that was Mary Wing that we were talking about earlier. So again, guys, I have a yellow 40 card deck. All kinds of stuff in this deck. I believe there are nudes in this deck. So yeah, if you're interested, the Etsy's below. 30 card deck blue, 40 card deck yellow, Betty Page deck here. Those are all done. There's just no listing yet. And if you're interested in the Bisquick deck, you just need to give me 2 weeks to make it. Alright, so next thing I got whilst I was thrifting, so I got those 3 Oracle deck cases. And I'm not going to do anything to any of them. They're all perfect. Sometimes I might paint them and paint artistic, creative things on them, but instead I'm getting inspired by what's on the outside of the tin. Yep. So there's that. And then I also got, so that's 69 cents times 3, so we're right around $2.50 or something like that right there, right? All right, and so now we have, and like I say, I have a $20 gift certificate. I found these 2 bottles, and what I like to use these for, because they are vintage bottles, well, I strike that back. This one, which was $1.99, and you can tell if they're older sometimes by markings that are on the inside of the glass, or by the cork itself. If the cork, not the cork, but the rubber part itself. If the rubber part itself looks like it's hard, dry, and cracking, usually that is at least one depiction of an older vintage bottle. But remember, you can replace out those rubber corks. And then here I have one that was 99 cents. And they look exactly alike except for some very small differences. But one being that, and see even the coloring. This one looks a lot lighter orangish, and this one looks a lot brighter red. This is the newer cork. And these just kind of lift up like this. But what do I use these for, right? Like, why did you get those, Jen? How do you use them in your workings? Well, I do those graveyard kits on my Etsy. And one thing that I add into the graveyard kit is a Trinity headstone cleaner. Now, I only send the jar with the ingredients inside. You put your own blessed or holy water inside because there's 100 reasons in shipping why that makes sense, right? So as long as you have an altar that you can bless some water on, or use some moon water, or use some, hello paperback, welcome to the chat, or use some moon water, or rain water, or river water, or whatever kind of water resonates with you, is special to you, or would make sense for headstone cleaner. And then I got this recipe out of Hoodoo Sen Moise's book called, I believe it's called Working Conjure. It's the one that we read together as an audiobook, chapter by chapter. 7 months ago, and it's got like a picture of a snake kind of drawn on the front. Anyway, it's easy ingredients: bay leaf, frankincense, and salt. And the salt that I choose to use is a Celtic light gray sea salt. And then when you first mix it together, there's no change of color. But I mixed this, I don't know, a month or two ago, and so the frankincense has just kind of dissolved into the color of the water. There's still a bit of the main resin there. But believe me, the salt and the bay leaf probably isn't coloring this as much as the frankincense. So anyway, I get these empty bottles to put the frankincense, light gray Celtic sea salt, and bay leaves that I grow in my garden into the bottle, and then you add the water to it, and then it becomes a beautiful Trinity headstone cleaner for the graveyard. I sell all kinds of dirts that you can think of for workings, but I don't sell graveyard dirt because I really do believe that you should collect that yourself. And also, you know, it's personal to me to collect it for myself, but I do give you guys an excellent kit that's put together. If Kirsten's here, she just got a kit, and I think we've got, I don't know, like 14 or 15 things in there. If you're interested, send me a message. So moving along, what else did I get? So I got these 2 bottles, and that was $3 total, because the older one was $1.99, and the younger one that's not vintage is 99 cents. Okay. So there we're at, not even $5 yet for the 3 tins and the 2 glass jars. Okay. So $5 spent, and then I go over to the candle section. Okay. And normally it is not such a good score or day or whatever in the candle section at my Goodwill, just for whatever reason. But today, or yesterday actually, was pretty epic. So I'll show you my least favorite first. I'll just save the best for last is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I got this bag, and it was $4.99, and it is blue tag, which means it wasn't on sale, because it was, pink tags were on sale. Okay, so, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lime green candles, and these are all in their own wrappers inside of that, so they've like never been burned. And what's also cool about them being in the wrapper inside of that is that candle wax can grab onto energies, whether it's negative or positive. So if there's like in the thrift store, man, and whoever's house it was in and garage sales, wax just grabs on and holds energies. And I've read that many places, and I know it sounds silly, but so you know, it's real important that you get your Florida water out and you cleanse them and make them yours before anything. But in general, if these are wrapped up inside of a tight plastic, for me it just makes me feel a smidge better. I need scissors. Scissors! Where did you go now? I'll go find them. They haven't gone far. My house is not big. Yeah, it was okay. Otis had them up on my art desk. I finally got my art desk rolling in the living room. I'll have to show you guys that. Now, I will tell you this. I know that there's a lot of people who stock up on candles, whether they're doing witchcraft or not. There's just a lot of people everywhere that get candles for whatever reason. Whether they're in a tiny home and they don't have electricity, or they're stocking up for power outages, etc. What is the green for? Go watch my green and color magic video. I've done all of the colors. That was my first series that I did. Yes, green video. And the green video is my funnest because that's the only video ever that, like, I didn't cut out the very front part. And there's a really funny blooper in the very front. So I got these 7 bright lime green candles because, you know, a lot of my candles that I get, because the most common thrifted candles are like green and maroon or green and red or kind of gold because of Christmas, right? So normally all my candles are dark forest green. And so these bright green ones are just bringing a whole new vibration in, and I'm really excited, like I say, that they're all still completely wrapped in their plastics. You guys know I like plastic, but right now it's keeping crap energy away. Alright, so either way, once I open those up right before I use them, that's when I anoint them with Florida water. Florida water has alcohol in it, so you want to let that dry off first before you light it. It only takes a couple minutes, or a few good seconds. I'd wait like 30 seconds, okay? And don't drench it. A little bit goes a long way. And then I've got 6 stark white, almost clear, tall candles. What do we call these guys? Pillar candles? No, not pillar. We call them... The name is escaping me. And oh, they're called taper candles. This is a 9-inch dinner taper. So this is one, and it's just cream. Guess what, though? It's from Wicks and Sticks in Houston, Texas. That's pretty cool. Yeah, taper. You had it, Michelle Knoll. You knew it. So that was $5.99. $4.99. All of those. So now I'm up to $10 for all my stuff. Okay, so next thing, I'm still in the candle area, and I get... Now, a lot of times these bags will be like $1.99 or $2.99, and they'll come with loads of tea lights and then like 1 or 2 tapers, you know. And I'm always kind of like, no, no, no. Look at this. These are gray and purple. I've never had a purple taper. I think I might have one like turquoisey purple taper, but never really had true purple tapers. So let's see how many I got of each of these. And these are all individually wrapped. I have a good feeling that all of these candles came from the same donation, the same house. They're like well taken care of. Okay, check it. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are going to be like, end up being 25 cents a piece because we have all the gray ones too. So 10 beautiful, whoa, long, if this is a 9-inch taper, then these are 12-inch tapers. Yeah, wow. 10 beautiful purple 12-inch tapers. Yeah, the colors are awesome. Here's the other thing. When these waxes are taken off, it's almost like the color of the wax can leave too. Have you guys ever noticed that? Like if you've had half the wax gone and then you leave it there for a year, the color will stay good inside the wax, but then where the air's touched it or the sunlight, I don't really know. Bye, Tangerine. Love you. There you are. I'm just loving these purple candles. So, never had lime or bright green tapers, never had purple tapers, except that one. So then I've got all these gray. At the shop I thought they were, no, maybe they are kind of green. Now listen to this. These you do have to know that sometimes they're going to come broken in the middle. I still use them because the wick holds them there, and once the candle gets down to that, it just melts it together. So as long as it doesn't make them lean too bad, and even if it did lean pretty bad, maybe you could use it as a dripping art. I've been doing dripping art lately. What are you talking about, Jennifer? I'm talking about this. I just get like a gold candle, and then I get like pink and blue waxes, and then I just kind of drip them all over, and as it burns, I don't know, looks pretty. So this is what I do if I have like a broken one that leans. I just use the wax to do cute, fun things or whatever. Or you could just cut it right at that point. Use the top part as one candle and the bottom as one. That might not be safe. Or use the bottom as one candle and the top part just for your melting wax remnants. So I've got 1, 2, how many are broken? About half of these greenish gray things are broken. That's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, so I've got 6 that aren't broken, and this is the color. It's kind of, I don't know, when you hold it in the light, it's a teal. Pretty. Got 6 that are not broken and 6 that are broken. At this point, though, still, For $5, I would have been pleased with all of those purple candles for $5 because it would have left them at 50 cents a piece. That's a smashing deal in my opinion. The last $5 bag, and this puts us right at $20, you guys. You know, a little bit over for tax, but these are giant bags of candles for $5. Giant bags. And you guys, I'll read all your comments afterwards. I'm just not I'm not allowed to read them right now. I'm not able to really read them well right now, sorry. Some of them I catch. Yeah, purple seems harder to come by, B, don't they? Brenda, you're always with me and I love you so much. Okay, so let's see. What do we have in this bag? Well, first off, we've got all these peach candles. Same kind of brand as the pink and the green ones. That's why I think it was the same donation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they must have been 12 packs. So 12 of these. They're kind of like peach. You could use them for orange probably. Don't they look more orange? Yeah. So big orange tapers, 12 inches. Love that. And next we have a box of, from Pier 1 fancy pans. So from Pier 1, and some of them are missing, and it says that the whole pack, there are probably 6 in there, were $5.99, but they're Pier 1 gold candles. Okay, you guys know I have lots of gold candles. That's great, though. I love to add more gold candles to my collection. Again, you thrift them a lot because it's one of the Christmas colors, right? So gold, maroon, red, and dark green are the most common colors I find upon thrifting besides white. And there we go. We've got some beautiful gold tapered candles. I believe these are 10-inch. Yep, 10-inch. Boom! Last thing of this whole lot also came in that $5.99 bag. Silver tapers from Pier 1. I can never find silver candles. I can never, ever, 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 ever find them, and I found them, and I'm so excited to finally have silver taper candles for the goddess. I've been using gold as a supplement, you know, this whole entire time, and I was just about to say none of them are broken, then I dropped one. Don't worry, it didn't broke. I'm so excited. So I have 6 chrome gold candles for the goddess, and I'm very, 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 very excited about that. So altogether, if I counted, 12 plus 12, what's 12 times 3? 24, 36. $60 candles, 60 big taper candles, silver, purple, lime green, white, cream, gold, silver, teal, peach. They're odd colors, which is awesome to me because I don't want them to be plain, boring, normal colors. If they were, then I would just have more of what I've already got, you know. And also, if you're ever in a pickle and you don't know exactly what color goes with what for color magic, then you can always use your intuition on how you personally fill in the color. But I am going to go get the color magic book really quick and read out all the colors for you guys. So, in Scott Cunningham's book called Earth Power, in Appendix 2 at the back, or Appendix 1, my bookmark is a doll. So Appendix 1 in this book is colors, and so I'll go ahead and read to you those colors. But I've done full 20 and 30 minute videos on every single color you can think of. And then I've given you ideas from around the house on what you can use that for in color magic. We did black, brown, silver, gold, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, all in separate videos, you know. So we talked a lot and we got extensive on what you could do in your workings to add the color in or heighten it. So check out that Color Magic series, but let me just read you Scott Cunningham's opinions on colors, okay? White, obviously, you can use for any color as a replacement. I think we all know that. It's like the clear quartz of candles, right? So white, in general, is protection, peace, purity, and truth. Green, which was the question earlier, healing, money, prosperity, luck, fertility. Brown, physical objects, healing for animals, houses, and homes. I also add brown into court case magic. Sometimes orange, too. Pink, emotional love and friendships. Red, sexual love, passion, energy, enthusiasm, and courage. Yellow, clairvoyance, divination, studying, learning, the mind. Purple, power, healing, deadly dis-ease. Blue, healing, meditation, tranquility. Orange, strength, authority, attraction, and luck. And I do orange for court case magic if I don't have a brown. Black, absorption of negativity, destruction of negativity. Now let's talk about the colors you could use, because you could use all these colors to relate to your different chakras, right? So the root chakra is red. The sacral chakra is orange. The solar plexus is yellow. The heart is green. The throat is blue. I love that, Brenda. The third eye is indigo. And then the crown up top, people see it as a couple of different colors. Either a bright purple, a gold, or a clear. Okay? So that crown chakra, it depends on who you're talking to, but it's either seen as a clear, a gold, or a bright purple. But the third eye is the color of indigo. So there you go. So you could burn a different color of candle depending on what chakra you needed to address. So if you really needed to work on the heart, you could burn this candle because it's green and that would resonate with the heart chakra. If you needed to work with the throat, you could burn this one that looked kind of blue. It looks about as blue as my hair. And burn that for the throat chakra, right? Okay, guys. I think oh no, we have more to talk about at the thrifting trip. So that was my $20 done, right? And I was really proud that I got all those things for $20. Let's recap. We got 2 glass bottles, one vintage at $1.99, one not vintage at $1. We got 69 cents for this old vintage tins that I'm going to use for my handmade one-of-a-kind oracle decks. And then we got, look at the craziness of all of these candles. So many candles. So, very excited about that. All at $20. Thank you, Goodwill. Thank you, Lily, my daughter, for my gift. Okay. Then, my husband, who's so kind, and we have separate bank accounts. So he said, I saw these shoes that I know are good for your back, and my back, as you guys know, I had to take like a 4-day break because my back has been completely screwed. Very big nerve issues. I found some shoes, some Danskos, for only $24.99, and it was a pink tag sale, so they're half off. So I got this pair of Taxidermy Danskos. They're like a bright yellowy snakeskin type thing, I guess. Half off, $24.99, right? They're worn, but that's good for me, because when you get Danskos at first, they're like way too tight. But there's a really good arch in there. To me, they're not a sexy shoe, but like my back hurts. And then the other Dansko I got is so cute. But like, I think it goes with the dress, don't you guys? And then the other pair I got, they were not on sale. They were $20, so Alex just got them for me. It was so kind of him. And there's not very many scuffs at all, and they're just like a bright red Mary Jane that I can wear with like all my dresses and stuff. So really excited about them. They're crazy comfy. These ones aren't broken as much as I'd like them to be, but I can scuff them up myself. So anyway, I'm a fan of wearing heels, and I wore them for years and years and years. Chucks and heels. Screwed up my back. So now I have to wear smart shoes and all that. So it's all good, you know. I do wish we could watch this together, but guess what? This Friday, me and you are going to watch on the channel's birthday. So you guys, actually, Kirsten, who's recently a part of the channel, and she bought coyote faces and tails from me, and that graveyard kit recently. She lives only 2 hours away, so I invited her and her kids over for my channel's birthday party. And she said that her kids like cake, so they'll be there. And so next Friday, we're really hoping that she's here, and my daughter Lily will be here too, and we're going to have the channel birthday. But part of that birthday party is I'm going to sit down with you guys with my video, my first video. It's called How to Burn Frankincense, Dragon's Blood, and Myrrh on a Coal Disc. And I'm going to talk to you about my video and myself and starting your own channel and the way I was feeling in that video, and I'm just going to really like break it down and dissect it. Because I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And I haven't prepared anything for it. I'm literally just going to rewatch it with you guys. I haven't watched it from start to finish in, I don't know, like 10 months, you know. But I did watch it a lot of times because it was the first video I ever made and I was really nervous about it. Yeah, channel birthday already. I know. So July 19th is 1 year birthday. And as Tequila has gone off of YouTube, I don't, you know, think it will be obviously something that will happen as we thought it would, but I'm happy that she even said yes in the first place. So we'll see on that front, you guys. I don't know how that works because I'm not a part of Facebook. Anyway, in the future, she and I might be able to collab. That would be fun. And maybe I'll join Facebook under a false name. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to come back and do some reading out of Backwoods Witchcraft to you guys. The chapter is getting exciting, you guys. I believe the chapter is called How the Power Doctor Works, or Working with the Power Doctor. What's it called? Folk Rites of the Mountaineer, Techniques and Methods of the Power Doctor. So, you guys, thank you for joining me, Jenn the Taxidermy Witch, while we talked about my thrift haul from yesterday, and we talked about my pinup cards and Patreon and everything like that. Please go ahead and look down in the description below so that you can check out my Patreon, remember, and my Etsy. Remember, with the Etsy, if you need anything, just let me know and we'll create it together. I'll see you guys soon and back in a few minutes for Backwoods Witchcraft. I'll see you. Bye.